14 podcast, and we are back. Toronto Blue Jays played baseball again. It's been a reoccurring theme for this show. The Blue Jays are playing ball. Avery, how we feeling, man? How was the weekend? Obviously, we had a little Dom Dalla on Friday. How are you feeling?
Good. Yeah, Dom Friday was fun. Good show. He doesn't put on a better show than John Summit.
Okay, I'm glad you addressed this.
I like Dom Dalla's music more than John Summit, but John Summit puts on a better show. It's
way
just
better.
Yeah.
It was way better.
The production is just it's just way more. I can't have a biased take on that. It was just better. My brother said the same thing too. So sad I couldn't go to Montreal Saturday, but we were supposed to have a game in St. Catharines and we got rained out. We didn't even play on Saturday. So I could have gone. What was the worst part of it too? But no, we beat up on Mac today pretty good. So happy
first in the nation, right?
Yeah, 2-0.
No, but I saw the rankings of College Baseball Guru. You're for those that don't know, Avery coaches Guelph University baseball.
I'm not. I'm the offensive coordinator.
Okay, you're Don Mattingly.
I'm Don Mattingly. I coach in third, not doing pitching stuff this year. Offensive coordinator. But Helbert Guelph, he did. I don't know where he just comes out with the rankings. I think it's because we won the Labor Day tournament, and it's like the only games he knows that happened. So he just ranked us first. But no, good weekend to start. And then you have like 8 games this week. It's insane how much we're going to play.
Bananas. Yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, we were talking about earlier, like, I didn't want to address this. I know there was some Gate 14 listeners at Dom Dalla, so I guess we can't talk about it. If you don't want to listen to this, just skip forward like 10 minutes, I guess. But I didn't want to talk about it if we were there. Yeah, the Dom Dalla, it didn't move the needle for me. I'll be honest with you. I was talking about it with Liv, Natalie, and Mike, as it didn't really, like, blow me away, to be honest. He played the same songs like 2 or 3 times. Like,
he did that multiple times.
Yeah, he did that multiple times. So I was like, okay, does he make bangers? Sure, but it sucked, to be honest. I can't say, I'm not going to go farther to say it sucks. I still had a good time, but it wasn't as good as I expected it to be. I was expected to be like blown away with how good Dom Dalla was.
Yeah, I think that's how I felt when we saw John Summit the first time, and I was just blown away. It's like, oh, I have to go see that again. That was exactly what I told my brother when we went. It's like, okay, we got to find a way to go again and try and just feel it, because it was so good the first time. And then, yeah, Dom was good. Like, I enjoy his music as well. But again, yeah, the production. You said there was the most fireworks you'd ever seen.
Yeah. So for listeners that don't know, I was in Montreal yesterday. So I did Dom Dalla Friday, John Summit Saturday in Montreal. I'm going to go on the limb, and Liv, Natalie, and Mike can back me up on this. That was the greatest show I've ever been to in my life. Like, legit, I've ever been to. Like, 2 hours. It was just banger after banger after banger. Beautiful view. It had like the Parc Olympique, sorry for my French listeners out there. Stadium. There was fireworks going off at the drops of like all the songs. It was just beautiful. Like, it was unbelievable. It was truly one of the best concerts ever. And then we went to the AP after at New City Gas at 1:30. He got on to 3. That was a little crazy. So it was like about I saw 3.5 hours of John Summit on Saturday, but it was awesome, man. I will say Montreal is fun. It's definitely fun. The only thing that you have to understand is when you go to bars in Montreal and like clubs like New City Gas there is 18-year-olds there. Like, there's like 18-year-old like men, I guess not men, but like high schoolers there that are still don't really understand how to like drink and how to like act normal when they're drinking. So it's a little annoying, that aspect of it. But it was very fun.
At least French people always have cigarettes on them. So like if you're looking for one outside of somewhere, you can have that. But yeah, I mean, Montreal's cool to go to like once every 4 years, I think. It's like, oh, you know what? The city's all right. And then you're there for
good like DJs go, like Oshega's there, obviously, which is sick. They had Noah Khan this year. So yeah, it's a weird, I don't know. It was definitely like, man, this is so much different than Toronto. Like, there's just so much more young people.
Well, you were in France. That was why.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I will say, I know I get chirped a lot for being a John Summit throater on this podcast, but that dude is, I mean, that was, what a show, man. Honestly, I just keep you. I don't know, listeners can go, like, when you go to a concert, I don't take videos. I usually just watch like videos people take on like social media and stuff like that. I just spent like the last like 30, 40 minutes just watching videos sent to me from like Liv, Natalie, and them that they got from the concert. So,
My brother sent me 17 videos.
and how good did that look?
They were good because he knew I wanted to be there, so he's like, okay, I'll
Yeah.
just send you a bunch. But yeah, it was good.
What was sick is at the Parc Olympique was
Just
they
call
have so
just call it Olympic Stadium,
Olympic
man.
Stadium. If you are very, very back in the crowd, they set up TVs halfway through, like halfway down the venue.
Oh my!
So
How many
like
people do you think were there?
it had to be 20,000. It was insane. Like, so we were in the middle. We showed up early and we were looking at the TV because we were like in the middle. So we were right beside the TV, like the big TV to show John Summit. And we like at one point turned around and there was just thousands of people like way behind us. So we had no idea we're there. Like, we're
Yeah.
like, holy shit. But yeah, that was the weekend, man. I mean, that's what we say on this podcast. Go enjoy your weekend because it's starting to get cold. It was cold as shit yesterday in
Oh
Montreal.
yeah.
It was cold. I have not accepted the fact that it is fall yet. So I am still wearing short sleeve shirts out. So
And that
that's
didn't go
what's
well
going on.
for you yesterday, I bet.
Oh, dude, I was fucking freezing. Like it was absolutely insane. So yeah, but we can go into the Blue Jays stuff. The name of this podcast, talk about the man of the hour, Spencer Horwitz. Are you shitting me with this weekend? Dude, I loosely was watching the game on Saturday and I got the notifications and I saw all the highlights and all that. He was just ridiculous on Saturday.
Yeah,
11 total bases in a single game, a franchise rookie record for Spencer Horwitz.
Yeah, so I watched the game. I saw all Saturday and I went back and watched Sunday's game. Friday I didn't see any of, and then
Yeah,
I saw the
obviously.
score. I saw the score and I was like, you know what?
It was a good game to miss Friday.
So you know what? I'm actually not gonna go back and watch the rest of this game back.
Yeah.
He would have had 4 home runs at Yankee Stadium.
Is that a real stat?
Yeah. He would have had a 4 home run game at Yankee Stadium if
What?
well, sorry.
That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, he was just melting balls off the wall. He was sick. And then another one today. I mean, he's on a tear. The power problem that I thought he could have is not a problem. It isn't just not a thing at all. And do we worry about positionally? Yeah,
Yes.
we're maybe
Especially
get
when you have Vladdy on this team, but you could solve that problem by throwing Vladdy over there at third, right?
yeah, and that's not what I want. I don't think.
No,
I don't.
me neither.
I don't want Vladdy to be playing third. But if you're gonna have a guy who's gonna hit, you'll find a way to get him in the lineup. And second base was the thing they were doing to get him in the lineup. Yeah, is he a major league second baseman? I mean, he's probably not. Like, he's probably lower than the average second baseman. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. The arm's not great. The range probably isn't fantastic. But the bat is so good, man. Just a really good hitter.
Dude, he's just a pure hitter. And let's talk about it. The last 24 hours, Spencer Horwitz, Saturday, Sunday, 6 for 7, 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, 16 total bases in 7 at-bats. I mean, it blows my goddamn mind, Avery. Daniel Vogelback was getting at-bats instead of this guy. It blows my mind, dude.
I know everyone says that too. And I'm fine to wear this one. I like the Daniel Vogelback at bats. I'm fine with them. I was fine with them.
Yeah, you're crazy.
It's not. It wasn't gonna change the way this team.
But the Spencer Horwitz at bats are so much better than the Vogelback. Like, Vogelback gets up there and the bat was just always on his shoulder.
Yeah, the not swinging the bat thing, being a bottom 3 swinger of the bat, just it wouldn't come off his shoulder, was kind of tough to watch. And again, he's in the bad body conversation where people are gonna hate him without even seeing him play.
Yeah,
like how does he play Major League Baseball? But
yeah,
yeah, Spencer Horwitz has taken his at bats and done a great job. Yeah. And by the way, Orelvis is back.
Congratulations, Orelvis. Straight from his steroid suspension, he is raking in AAA and giving us that little false glimmer of hope yet again. But the Jays already said they will not be calling him up for the 6 games that he's allowed to play. So he's just kind of going to be rotting in AAA or just going to the facility or something like
Like that
that.
just has to be his punishment for getting suspended, right?
Oh, for sure. Do you think Ross Atkins like still in the back of his mind like this motherfucker, like this
Yeah,
fuck?
because I mean, De Los Santos, no one cares to watch him play.
I'll be honest with you, I don't like
Yes.
respect his story. Obviously, great story. Like the
Yeah, yeah.
guy came through the ranks. Like he's been with the Jays forever. But the good story only gets you so far.
Yeah. Like we want to see Orelvis play over
Yeah.
him, and I don't think that's so. Yeah, you're gonna 6 games. You don't get to come up at the end of the season. That's his fault, and I'm fine with that punishment for a team that's a million games out of a playoff race at this point.
What
Too.
I wonder is though is like how long do you think he goes with the story? Like, do you think he's telling his buddies like, "Oh yeah, man, it was an actual, it was like actual for pregnancy stuff." Like, do you think he's because here's a little funny tidbit. I had Cody Clemens on the other on Official and Official, and he still to this day is in denial that his dad did steroids. Like him, his family, Roger Clemens, they are diehard. He did not do steroids. They take that to the grave. How long do you think Orelvis Martinez is going to keep this lie going that he was trying to get his girlfriend pregnant?
Till his child's able to work, probably.
Like, do you think when do you tell? It's like when your dad tells you Santa's not real. When you're like, I don't know. Like for me, it was 15.
I think you don't.
I'm
You
kidding,
don't.
it wasn't 15, but
I think you don't say it ever. I yeah. I mean, if you believe it and you want other people to believe it, you got to
just
take
some
that.
things you don't talk about, right?
Yeah,
It's just
you
some
got to
things.
take it with you the whole way. I think.
It's
Yeah.
just some things you don't talk about.
Maybe on one of his last days, he's just like, you know
You know
what,
what, guys? I did steroids.
2024. You remember
It is,
steroids?
you know what's funny about the game of baseball is though is like you have just. I think baseball is the sport with the most pathological liars. Like you had Miguel Tejada deny his age, right? That was a big one.
I swear Pujols was 4 years older than he actually was as well.
Yeah, that could be one as well. But you got that. You got the steroid deniers like A-Rod, who denied it for forever, then finally admitted it. Barry Bonds as well, I believe. Mark McGwire still denies it. Sammy Sosa denied. Like you got baseball is the biggest sport with the most pathological liars on the planet. It's crazy.
Well,
Everyone just openly lies.
I think they were still in a spot where they want to make the Hall of Fame. So, I mean, at no point, if they think they're going to make the Hall of Fame, do you say that, yeah, I lied about it. So maybe when that's all said and done, I don't know if they're in that spot yet, if they've been passed over. I don't know.
Like OJ never admitted to doing it still, even on his deathbed.
God damn it.
But yeah, no, but it is it is crazy like baseball and I don't know, man. Seeing Orelvis like hit again is fun. I mean, he's a good hitter. It sucks that we got to experience the Orelvis experience in the show for 4 or 5 games because we see what happens when you give these guys at bats like the Ernie Clements of the world, Spencer Horwitz of the world, Leo Jimenez of the world. These guys get big league at bats. They get adjusted to the big leagues. You know what? These guys are kind of ballers. They're kind of good players. And
Yeah.
then and Orelvis Martinez, very pure hitter. Defensively, I don't know if he's that good defensively, but he robbed the fans of getting to see what he could do with getting a shot on a team that's not contending. He would be playing every single day.
He robbed himself. It's nothing short of the fans shouldn't. Okay, wrong term. Like at the time, did I care about the suspension? No. It was just, what are you doing type of thing. Like what, how do we get caught for that? Or why do you need to do it? Tells a story, whatever. And then we were in a spot where things were going okay. If I remember, it was the Cleveland series where that happened. And then I was like, okay, you lost your spot, but the team's still going to have to go. And now it's just like, I really, you'd see what some of these guys are made of.
Well, Leo Jimenez has opened up a ton of, I mean, he looks awesome, man. I like Leo Jimenez. I really do.
I do too. YJ's like that. He calls him his little guy, Leo.
Yeah.
And I wanted to believe in him as well. He had a 20-game stretch where he was OPS over 900, I believe, the last 20 games before this weekend. I was like, okay, he's kind of got something here. He like hitting for power. I mean, we saw the home run against Philly too, right? Where I was kind of interested in what Leo had. Do I think it's a better option than Bo Bichette? Absolutely
No,
not.
and people saying that, like, shut up, man.
Yeah, it's not a better option.
Seriously, bro.
It's not a better
Like,
option than Bo Bichette, but it'll be a what, maybe a 250 hitter who can play some good defense
yeah.
and maybe some pop there.
He's like a younger version of Ernie, but Ernie could probably has better bat to ball.
Like
He's
the
a
White
defender.
Sox would be happy to play Leo Jimenez at shortstop for a full season going into next year.
Oh, easily.
Yeah,
He'd
like
be the
he's a
starting
good
shortstop.
he's a good player.
Yeah, he's
So
a big league guy.
yeah, I don't think that's who you want opening day if you are able to get into free agency or make some trades. Don't think that's who they're gonna start with, and I think you'd just rather be Bo to start next season.
Yeah, and I think that's what signs are pointing to is going to be Bo Bichette, obviously. But we're just gonna have to listen. Bo Bichette is going to be a Toronto Blue Jay next year, probably. Like the fans that are just miserable that always want to trade someone. It's probably not a realistic take to have Bo Bichette, to trade Bo Bichette if you're trying to quote unquote contend next year.
Well, you can
After watching this weekend series, Avery, do you truly believe, or do you, because we have 20 games left, do you truly see a world where this team could be a competitive, I think the ceiling for this team next year, as of right now, is probably competing maybe for a third wild card? Like, there's just no world I see this team being good next year right now.
Okay. Do you call what the Red Sox did this year as being competitive?
Yes, they're 4 games back still. They're in the fourth place. They're in fourth place.
I mean, I can see that as a possible outcome.
This is the tough thing, Abe. That bullpen sucks. I mean, they suck, dude. And I don't know how much longer I could take of the Zach Poop experience. I can't. Like today,
Zach Poop should be one of the better pitchers in baseball based on what it looks like his pitches do when we watch.
But he can't locate. He gets hit around. And we saw it again today. Loads the bases in the 9th, I believe it was, or sorry, the 10th.
No, he came in the
Yeah. 10th. And I'm like, oh, I was ready to tweet average Zach Poop experience. And
we just had to wait an inning.
We had to wait an inning. And then what did he do next inning? Hit by pitch. It was the most obvious Zach pop appearance you've ever seen because he looked awesome in that 10th inning. It was like, all right, cool. Like,
yeah, I mean, the problem with the 11th inning today is him not being able to field his position.
Yes.
That was total fall off. It's a, hey, you've got the third base side on a bunt. I believe first was crashing.
Yeah.
Maybe I have that the wrong ways. I was driving and watching, but yeah, it's just classic fall off the mound the wrong side and no one's there. Bunt hit when they're trying to give a guy up in the 11th.
It's the
bullpen fucking sucks, dude. They stink.
They suck. Wow, do they suck? I mean, it's like this team borderline Avery needs like a 4-run lead, 5-run lead, if for me to feel comfy. Like, all right, we can go to the pen here. Ryan Burr's been pretty decent. He's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Tommy Nance has been surprisingly good.
Yeah. Who'd they bring in the 9th inning yesterday?
Oh my God. We have an early contender, Avery, for pitching appearance of the year.
Oh, that guy fucking sucks. And then he did the Pedro Strop, Bob Costas point to the heavens after he was out. It was just
well, his name is Luis Frias.
Yes. Was that the guy they got from the D-backs?
Yes.
A while? Okay.
He pitched 0.1 innings and gave up, I believe it was 4 runs.
I believe you'd be right on that, Johnny.
Yeah. So his ERA currently this year is 14.85. Hand up, not good.
That's usually not going to get you a contract the next season.
Yeah, so I think Ross Atkins is doing the thing where he's trying to assemble a bullpen and just throw shit at a wall and try to figure it out.
They got Dylan Tate.
Yeah, who was really good last year.
Dylan Tate,
the year before.
Top 5 pick, Dylan Tate.
Yeah.
Good.
They're going to get him in the lab with Pistol Pete.
UC Santa Barbara. He lost all his velo. And that's what happened with him. Dylan Tate was really good a couple of years ago.
We got to get him back.
Yeah, I
get him on that Orelvis program.
We can do that. Let's look at some Dylan Tate numbers too. Dylan Tate, baseball savant. Because you're right. He was a very, very good reliever, I believe, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And, okay, if you just look, he had didn't pitch 2023. That's an injury.
That's a big red flag. I'll say that probably.
I mean, you just look immediately expected ER. Oh, strikeout percentage got to 15%. Yikes. As a reliever, he was 20.5%, so he wasn't even striking out a lot of people, but expected damage against was top 9% in all of baseball. His numbers weren't that bad this season, but if we want to go to just what the velo was, yeah, he lost a mile and a half on a sinker.
Okay. That'll usually do it. We got to get that. We're chasing the mile and a half back.
Yeah,
We're
so
chasing the 1.5.
oh, okay, let's look at top velos here. Yeah, we have not seen anything good. I mean, he's thrown every other pitch harder than the 2024 sinker he was throwing. He was up to 95.5 in 2021. And then
Jesus
2022,
Christ.
he was 94. And now this season, 92.6. Okay, so Dylan Tate. But they are doing the thing that you have to do to try and assemble a cheap bullpen, and that is pick people off waivers, which
Some
they're
of them
trying.
may be bums.
Some of them may be bums. You go to a garage sale, you pick something up off the street. Sometimes it's just shitty and you just throw it out again like the other person. And that's what they're going to find out before they spend and drop a bag on like Jeff Hoffman and players like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's YJ's gave me a good one. He wants Clay Holmes. Cheap
Bring him
Clay.
home.
Yeah.
The IKF trajectory.
People
Can't figure it
forget
out in New York.
Emmanuel Clase blew the most saves last year.
Wow. I do remember that. People were talking about that, but it is funny seeing Yankee fans collapse on the timeline. I am evidently waiting for this playoff collapse, and I need it more than air. I actually might even attend one of the games. Fuck it. You and I might have to drive down to wherever they're playing. Hopefully it's Cleveland again. That'll be scenes. Those tickets were fairly cheap for playoff, by the way. I'd do that again in a heartbeat. We'll love to see our Yankees go toe to toe with the Cleveland Guardians in Cleveland again. And we said we ended their season, but they ended up winning that series, so we can't really say that. But I am looking forward to playoff ball. And is it going to be stress-free this year, not watching the Jays? Yeah, because let me tell you something.
Man, we stressed for 6 hours the last 2 years.
That's what I was going to bring up. Like, everyone talks about, oh, my God, Jays missed the playoffs this year. That sucks. We're not going to get extra baseball. Did we really get extra baseball? We kind of just got like 2 rainout games rescheduled every year for the last 3 years.
Yep. It wasn't very long either one.
We really just watched like, oh, okay, we have to make up these games first week of October that the Jays missed during the season. That's what we got. We got rain delay games essentially. So I'm not going to say the Jays, the wild card banner has to get burned for this franchise to be saved. I'll say it. It blows my mind.
Is it even still up?
I actually don't know. Can someone let us know, please?
Yeah, someone take a picture when they go to the game and let us know if they have.
Yeah. Let us know. But I don't know.
How do you feel now that football started?
It does ease the pain a little bit of the Blue Jays, because let's be honest, I'm going to say 75% of our listeners or Blue Jays fans probably didn't really watch the game today until probably the later innings.
Yep.
Maybe. I know I didn't, to be honest with you. I was driving back from Montreal in the passenger seat, passenger princess, while Mikey drives. And I was just like slowly paying attention, but I would see no runs being scored because Chris Sale was giving them the Chris Sale hammer.
Chris Sale is so cool.
God, you're telling me the Jays couldn't have offered that type of deal? Fucking Vaughn Grissom?
Has he? I don't think he's played a big league game this year.
No, he hasn't. He sucks. What a fleecing, dude.
Yeah, really good deal.
What a fleecing by Double-A. Double-A wins again.
Chris Sale, 50th all-time strikeout list, I believe he got to.
Rockstar shit.
Yeah, really good. Some of the swings the Jays had were. It's like they never faced him before.
Yeah, it's like they were facing.
Well, they probably hadn't faced him.
It was like they were facing prime Sandy Koufax, and they just like had no film on him. It was like, let me just go up there and let me just take daddy hacks or just whiff. It was insane. Like,
and then you come back to the dugout and you say, he's got a pretty good slider actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good slider. I mean, George Springer turned back the clock 3 for 5. Or that was yesterday. Sorry. Oh no, that was today.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the single up the middle to end.
3 for 5. Yeah, 3 for 5.
He came by pitch, I believe, too.
Yeah, hit by pitch.
The Jays
But yeah.
left a million people on base too.
Oh
It's
yeah, I believe. Let me look how many runners left on base here. This could not be good, probably. It was 13. Okay.
yep, about
13.
one for every inning they played almost.
But I mean, like we talked about with the throwing shit against the wall here, like Tommy Nance hasn't given up a run since August 25th. Right? Like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six appearances. He hasn't given up a run. So his ERA is down to 2.87. Again, this is a guy that was pretty decent for the Marlins, right? Pretty decent reliever. Comes to Toronto, kind of figures it out a little bit. This is a guy, I mean, all these bullpen guys, which sucks why they which makes it me sick on why they suck, because they're all fighting for jobs. No one is safe in that bullpen besides Chad Green, probably.
Yeah, Chad Green.
And Chad Green is making it impossible to try to back him up. I wish he was a Yankee after the deadline. Holy shit.
Oh my God, we're gonna have Clay. We're gonna have Clay Holmes, Chad Green back to back in the pen next year.
Need it so bad, dude.
It's gonna be so
bad. Give me Clay Holmes, Chad Green back to back. Let's assemble the Yankees 2022 bullpen when they lost to the Astros.
We could go back and get like an Andrew Miller. Would be nice too.
Andrew Miller, maybe. Who's that hillbilly on the Tigers? You play for the Tigers?
Chafin?
Yeah, bring Chafin in too. Let's just get Scrappy back there. But he's a Patriot. He won't play for Canada. But yeah, other than that though, man, I mean this weekend, like I said, and I want to make this clear. We're gonna start a trend here for all our listeners. We have a lot of guy listeners, obviously. Text in your group chat, you love the boys. Text in your group chat, you love the boys. I just did it to our group chat. Just let the boys know you love them. When Curtis gets drunk, he always just throws the "I love you." He said it a million times to me at the Dom Doll, and I was like, you know what, man, I love you too. Just let the boys know. Respond to us, tweet us. You putting in your group chat, "I love you" to the boys, or to your girlfriend, or to whatever, or to your family members. Tell someone you love them every day. That's what we're trying to do. Positive impact. Is this the Jays sucking, affecting our mental health? Maybe, but we're on 2025. We're on to 2025, and there's bright lights there. Spencer Horwitz, 8-something OPS and 300 big league at-bats this year. Awesome. And he's doing this, by the way, Avery, with not being able to hit lefties.
He cannot hit lefties.
No,
I want him and Orelvis to platoon somewhere so bad. It's all I want.
Yeah.
Please let Orelvis and Spencer Horwitz platoon, and they will be the best platoon in baseball. I don't know what position they play. But
Orelvis at second would kind of suck. Like
he made I remember the one game he made an error at second. He sucks everywhere too at defense.
Yeah.
The team that used to be great at defense might have a defense problem.
Yeah, they might have a defense problem. And then we're gonna go through the psych ward and have to go back. We got to pick up pieces that are good defensively and just completely forget what happened.
And then we get Kevin Kiermaier back.
Yeah, we need KK back. We need KK back. Let's bring back
Aaron Kevin Biggio got traded to the Braves. You see that?
Yeah, Alex Anthopoulos loading up for the playoff push. We talked about this in the last podcast, by the way. I could not be rooting more for the New York Mets. I could not be. I actually catch myself scoreboard watching just Mets games and looking what the Braves are doing. And this is the tough thing. I mean, we got Mets Blue Jays this week.
Yep. Your two favorite teams.
I need a sweep from the Mets.
Let's do a live look at Tankathon for the Toronto
Jays.
Blue
I believe are 6th in odds, Avery.
Yep. Put them 6th.
Yeah.
5.31% chance at the first overall pick.
Hypothetically speaking, if the Jays lose every game going forward, will that number? I mean, what number would you feel comfortable where you're like, we might have a shot here at Ethan?
No more wins.
It does. I mean, there's teams that are with the Jays again, like the Detroit Tigers, who are again 3.5 games back now of a playoff spot. They are just continuing to win ball games, and the Twins are refusing to win baseball games. The Twins are just falling off a cliff. They're only 3.5 games up on the Red Sox and the Twins right now.
I've unfortunately thought of something. Colorado is the team with the highest odds at this point.
What is it?
Ethan Holiday going back to Colorado.
Oh my! You know, Manfred's rigging that, right?
Yeah, that would be cool because he would. They don't want him in Miami, probably.
No, they don't want him in Miami. I don't even know if they really want him in Colorado. They get 20 fans a game at those games.
They do, but they'll show up. Like Rocktober, man.
We
They
forget
can.
about Rocktober. The Jays are supposed to have Rocktober this year.
The Jays are going to be
Do
golfing
you
in October.
remember 2 weeks ago how awesome it was when we were 3 games below 500? Wasn't that unreal?
Yeah, you do a really good job, and like we have to because it's how we make money. And this podcast is if the Jays are relevant, we talk about them.
Yeah.
You did such a good job of making people care for that week.
Yeah. I was like, chase the miracle. We're three. I mean, we were 3 games below 500, and Blue Jays Twitter was talking like we were on pace to go to the World Series because of us. I was just like, are we doing this thing?
And it was
Are we
awesome.
fucking
It was
doing this
fun.
thing?
I had a guy at like who played on Guelph was like, is Johnny like serious? Does he think the team's like good right now? It's like, yeah, he does. He thinks it. And
I believe.
And I was starting to believe it too, man. I was starting to
They
believe
were going like Avery. We're quick to forget here. We had a 6-game win streak at one point, folks. Like, are you kidding me? They didn't even do that all of last year. The Jays did not have a 6-game win streak all of last year.
Yep. Is that good?
They were consistently consistent last year, and I respect them for that. But just honestly, this is the first time in the history of this podcast that we are legit watching a team that has not a singular chance to do anything this year.
No.
Like in the year that we're covering them. 2023, I will say this, 2023 rocked.
We took it for granted.
We took it for granted, man. We took it for granted. I mean, obviously you had the Bo Bichette George Springer collision heard around the world, which again broke many Blue Jays fans' brains, including mine. I'll say it, including mine. But you also had like, if you just watch the first half of that wild card series against the Mariners, like the first half of game 2, when it was 8-1, holy shit, that rocked. Like, the Jays never had a lead in the playoffs last year, not once. 2023, we had an 8-1 lead. The building was rocking. We had
the Teo home run is one of the cooler moments. I remember Keegan tweeting the side view of it.
Yes. Oh, it's chills, dude.
I'll never forget that.
It's chills, man. I sometimes I just wish I can go back and just tell myself, you don't know how good you have it right now, man.
I'm about to retweet that from Keegan. I got it.
It's such a good clip. It's such a good clip, Avery. And that's why, like, God, I hate saying it, I do miss Teo. And Dodgers fans are in the mud because I believe Teo's out for the remainder of the year. I want to say.
Is he?
Things are going tough in Dodgerland. Poor Dodgers fans. And by the way, if you're a fan complaining about a team that's 20, 25 games above 500, fuck you. I want to make that very clear. Fuck you. You're a coward. But yeah, it's been a tough year for the brand, especially. But again, I wanted to address the Bowden Francis shirts. I made the tweet. This is the most merch we have ever sold in a 3-day or 4-day time period, whatever it was available for. 5 days, whatever. Just be patient with us. We're a small business. The company that's making the shirts, we're real Canadian patriots. It's a Canadian company making the shirts. Yeah. Okay. This is a Canadian company making the shirts. So they're a small business. Just bear with us. Stay patient. This week, they will be there. I'm not going to promise. I'm 95% sure. He already did the first batch of like the 150 that were ordered. There's another 100 ordered. Like, it's insane. So just stay patient with us. Tons of shipments have to get out. Like, we're dealing with Canada Post, all that type of stuff. So just stay patient with it. We promise you guys, you will get your shirts, hopefully before this weekend series. Another cool thing, the Blue Jays staff, like with the mental coach, ordered 77 shirts for the entire team, roster, coaching staff, everyone. So expect some pretty cool pictures, hopefully in the next week. I told him I'll hopefully get it to him for the weekend series when all the listeners' orders are purchased. But it's going to be unreal. Me walking to the Rogers Center with you with a box of 77 t-shirts, handing it to
it's a lot of t-shirts, man.
Like, you and I had the box for Bowden. There was 15 in there. Like, multiply that by 5.
We're gonna have to get under to the shipping docks with my car.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. It's gonna be. I don't know how we're gonna hand this off to him, but that's a Friday worry for us. But yeah, I guess we can go into the weekend series here before listener question or the week series.
I got a couple things still.
Okay, let's hear it.
YJ's and I were doing the chat. We're gonna have him and Zoobs on again.
Okay.
I think we should kind of close the season.
Yeah.
And do some talking. He said, "What if Yariel Rodriguez can be Rizal Iglesias?" an interesting thought
That's
because
a really good thought.
Raisel
Both
Iglesias,
Spanish.
both Cuban.
Oh, they're both Cuban.
Yep,
Raisel Iglesias is Cuban?
believe so. Um,
Really?
I can do a look at that. But he used to be a starter as well. So yeah, Cuban baseball pitcher, Raisel Iglesias.
Okay.
So that's a thought. But I went to the Baseball Savant where there was something called just similar pitchers based on velocity and movement. And Yariel Rodriguez, these are the five that are most similar to Yariel Rodriguez, all from the year 2024. These pitchers: Jack Flaherty, Pablo Lopez, Brandon Pfaadt, Spencer Turnbull, Seth Lugo. All
Are
those
you
guys
making us believe?
are fucking studs this year.
Yeah. You're making us believe in Y-Rod.
And so Rod was great today too.
Yeah, it was good today against a pretty obviously a playoff team. So it's just the thing about Y-Rod that I think breaks fans, like that hurts, that makes fans like second guess it is. He gives up that one or two meatballs a game that get sent to a whole nother planet.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he'll like walk like three guys. But you got to understand, this is his first time in the big leagues. Like he has to adjust. I think he's going to be a big part of this team next year, man. I really do. I don't know what role it's going to be in because Bowden has clearly shown, like, listen, I'm the dog in the rotation, getting rotation reps. So I don't know where it's going to be with that, but I am looking forward to seeing. Yariel Rodriguez next year. I really am.
Yeah, I mean he's a negative WAR that might change after today.
Yeah.
I still think he's good. I think he'll be good next season. I don't have a lot of worries about him if we're being honest. So
Yeah.
that was my Y Rod talk.
Okay. Out of the starting pitching, Avery. Out of the starting pitchers right now for this Toronto Blue Jays team, who are you most nervous of for regression in 2025?
No one really.
Because Gossman's shown he could like be like not a strikeout guy anymore, like just kind of dot and give up weak contact. So
Like Bowden might be the answer, but that's not even a good one. I don't think.
yeah,
We have three pitchers that you know what they are. The
yeah,
Gosman one's different. I think Gosman can get back to swing and miss. I would trust Kevin Gosman to be more 2023 than 24 next season.
yeah.
That is my thought. Just I'm sure Chris Bassett, we know what Chris Bassett is.
He's gonna give you 200 innings, 3.5, 3.7 ERA.
Yeah, it might be 4-1 this year,
Yeah,
but whatever.
yeah.
It's 3-5 to 4-2, which is a lot different, but
Yeah,
you know that. Barrios, you know what you're gonna get from Jose Barrios. You've seen 2 full seasons of it back to back now.
yeah.
And then it's the Y-Rod questions and the Bowden questions for next season. Because
And Manoah.
you're not gonna get Manoah till late. Like I'd guess August is probably the earliest.
Yeah, I forgot he's gonna be out for that long. Fuck. Yeah.
And I don't see anyone threatening. You could make a signing. So I'll say I'm most worried about Corbin Burns regression next season for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah. I do not want Corbin Bird in this ball club. Let's look up free agent pitchers.
Oh, there's a ton. I like to sort by the age, and it's not as we can get Mike Soroka. He's the youngest free agent pitcher.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. You know who's actually an intriguing name, Avery? Again, former Yankee. Luis Severino has been unreal.
Yeah, it's like the Severino and the Manayas are kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, the Manaea is interesting as well. I mean, I think Mets fans would do anything to have him back. He's been unbelievable for that team. Like I said, I'm locked in on Mets postseason push here. But Luis Severino, Sean Manaea, like those are some names you could just throw in there as a 4-5 guy. Because we saw this year with injuries, like injuries happen, right? Ricky T, who was was the chosen one, won't be pitching until 2026. So it's definitely something to look at. But yeah, it's a big list, but it's a big list of like 3 and 4s realistically, right?
Yeah, the top ones, like who's gonna opt out? Probably Snell.
Garrett Cole.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean,
Are we doing the Snell talk again for next year? Like this year?
We could be doing that. I mean, what? Bieber off a shoulder or whatever injury he has again. It's not a great list. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Do you take a flyer on Walker Bueller's noodle arm? maybe.
I don't.
Fried is a UFA. It's I don't think they get into the top end of the pitchers market.
Yeah, because you got Scherzer. Hell no. Verlander, Garrett Cole, or Garrett Cole has an opt out, but obviously he's not gonna take that. Blake Snell, Corbin, Robbie Ray, Charlie Morton, Nate Eovaldi, right?
Yeah. Kikuchi.
Kikuchi could be a good one. Corbin Burns, the UFA. Max Fried, like you mentioned. Max Fried's been awesome this year as well. Pretty good. Carved up the Jays a little bit there. But Jack Flaherty's another fun one. There's tons of fun pitching prospect. I mean, pitching free agent names. I mean, but let's be real here. Jays are probably going to sign Kyle Hendricks, right?
Yeah. What I think they're gonna do is try and take like it's a flyer on a guy
Yeah.
who injury prone.
Puvetta?
Pavetta was the name I was kind of looking at too.
Yeah.
Fucking Matt Boyd, who's turned back the clock a little bit.
Oh my God. I can't talk myself into Matt Boyd, man. I can't talk myself into Matt Boyd, but yeah, there's some decent guys. Like Colin Ray is a fun one as well, right? He has a club option next year. They'll probably take that anyways. But yeah, there's the bats are slim this offseason, guys. I'll be honest with you. Outside of Juan Soto, and you guys can get the jokes ready. Juan Soto to Toronto jokes ready. Outside of Juan Soto, there's really no one. Willie Adames is a fun one. Paul DeYoung, bring him back, bring him home. But yeah, there's really nothing, Abe. Like for the bats, it's gonna have to be a trade, probably. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so.
We can go into this weekend. We can go into this weekday series here. Mets, Blue Jays, Mets battling for a playoff spot. This is a crucial series for them, man. You got Peterson versus Bassett. Peterson's rocking a 2.83. Wow. Blackburn versus Francis. Bowden bump day on Tuesday. Then you got Manaya versus Gossman. Another work from Dome. I say the Jays lose 2 of 3, and the Mets October push continues.
2 of 3 would be good, man. 2 of 3 would be good. I'm in the sure. Let's just lose. Like I'm okay with that. Yeah, we got some questions here. 2 of 3. I actually think they just get swept, man.
David Peterson rocks. What he is going to do to this team is criminal. And same with Manaya, by the way. Lefty. The Jays on Wednesday at work from Dome. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to call my shot. Babe Ruth style. I'm calling my shot. The Jays are going to get shit pumped on Wednesday.
Yeah, they suck against lefties.
Shit pumped on Wednesday. Mark my words.
They're so good against right-handed pitching and so bad against lefties. It's just how it's been. Okay, let's go into some listener questions here. Zoobs wants to know what the song of the summer was.
I already quote tweeted with it. It's Bring the Boom by AJ and Big Justice.
The real one was Move by Adam Port.
Yes, Adam Port. Oh my God, that song fucking rocks. No, you wanna party? Listen to, or I mean, Where You Are was last summer, I guess, right? Yeah. So can't be Where You Are.
Rank the NFL intro songs. This is from Judah. Fox, CBS, Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football.
I don't know Thursday Night Football.
I don't think I know a Thursday Night Football theme either.
I'm just gonna go Sunday Night Football as the goated. Harry Underwood, are you kidding me?
True. I do like the Sunday Night Football one as well.
Yeah.
Tim Randa wants to know any more at Bud Stage. When do they shut that thing down?
By the way, PSA for the people out there, I found this out last week. Bud Stage is not going to be a thing next year.
Really?
Yeah. Renovating.
The whole year?
Yeah, like there's no concerts at Bud Stage next year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is Blue Jays Mario coming back to Twitter the reason the team looks competitive in the second half?
Might be. Blue Jay Mario might have saved the season. I had a great phone call with him 2 weeks ago. Great guy. Love BJM. But yeah, in terms of Tim Randa, though, I think I might be going to John Party next Saturday. I'm not sure.
John Party, head over boots.
It's a game time decision.
49ers or Jets tomorrow.
I mean, we do a show on Owner's Box. I'm about to be 1 for 7 on it right now. 1 for 6. I'll probably go. Let's go Jets.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet the Jets too. Not a question, but Dapper David says watching the NFL and baseball at the same time rocks.
Yeah, not a question. Great statement. It's unbelievable. And you got the Premier League also going in there, like during the morning before the Jays games on Saturdays and Sundays. It's just perfect. I mean, what the only cool thing about your team sucking like the Jays suck is you kind of get to just enjoy football and not worry about like what the Jays score is or what they're doing. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
it's on TVB instead of
Yes. It's
TVA.
on your phone, maybe on Bell 5. That's
Yes.
what that's on.
Yep. Fuck Rogers.
Yeah.
Now that Vladdy's repping Gate 14 merch, any hopes of a Vladdy Gate 14 collab?
I think the only way, like in the off season, we go Trey Savage mode and just have our listeners bombard his comments. He's heavily online.
He might not even see it though.
No, he does though. He's heavily online. He reads the comments. You don't see him responding. Someone said, "Why do you always post pictures when you guys lose?" He goes, "Because every day's a win." he reads the comment. If
I want to go. I want to go to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, we can interview. Okay, we'll interview him in the DR. Curtis and Alto on the sound check for the Vladdy interview.
What are we gonna make a tip jar for?
Our tip jar is Gate 14 bar night. I'm pretty sure it's almost confirmed. $4,000 minimum spend. So you motherfuckers better bring your
drinking shoes.
Better bring your drinking shoes. And it's listen, we're gonna sell this shit quick. I mean, last year we had 150, 160 people there. We're only allowed 100 this year at St. John's Tavern. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully, I'll make that live on the website this week. If Alto confirms it, I'll make it live on the website.
Should the Jays keep Chad Green as their closer, or should they use a different pitcher? I don't know when this is a question for, because he won't be the closer next year if Jordan Romano's back.
So I'm gonna say no to that.
Yeah, I'd also say no to that. Okay, William wants to know the best indie Toronto pizza store. I don't know any indie, but he wants to know the best Toronto pizza chain.
Danny's Pizza Tavern's not really a pizza chain. There's the place in the well that everyone loves.
Yeah, it's the Detroit style thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I like Body Ollie's. I think that's what it's called. That one's good.
Okay.
Better than north of
I'm
Brooklyn.
Not really familiar. I don't really eat pizza that much in New York and Toronto. So
yeah, some Italian you are.
It's home cooked for me only.
Favorite pregame meal and postgame drink. I'm guessing this is a non-alcoholic beverage.
Pregame meal? I mean, you can never go wrong with chicken and rice. Keep it simple.
Yeah, chicken, like a good, say a hockey game, like a chicken parm, something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then post-game drink, I'll go chocolate milk. Chocolate milk, good post-game drink.
Chocolate milk hits. The only thing that sucks about chocolate milk is I feel like it tastes like shit when it's hot out. Like I feel like in the summer it's not a good drink to have. It's
yeah,
like kind of gross.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that.
Gross drink. I'm not a milk guy, by the way. I can't do it. Hate the texture. Hate the taste.
It's crazy. It's just every day of your life you become less and less a milk person.
Yeah, you start with your mother's breast milk, and then you get to the age of like 27. You're like, man, milk is fucking gross. Like milk is disgusting.
Yeah, you put milk in your coffee sometimes.
It just again, that's why it's like when you've been given things too much as a child, you learn to hate them. You know,
I'm still
breast
in on
milk, and then it's just like now it's just the milk you have. Some people just put in their coffee, and they don't. Really
what type of milk drinker were you in your like middle?
Well, my
school
mother's
days?
breast milk.
No, that doesn't count in middle school.
I think I was like a 1% guy. Tastes like shit. Honestly, tastes so bad.
I was 2% guy. I just think milk's good, man. Underrated. Where will we go to dinner with Will Wagner? Can't tell you.
He should plan that though.
They did a video on Will Wagner, the Jays did, and he went to my local Whataburger that I go to
great
on the weekends. Yep.
Gives me the shits though. I will say that Whataburger specifically. Yeah, when I have the BLT, I don't know what it is, makes you feel like shit after. No free ads, so that was kind of like a jab at them.
The guy who works at that Whataburger is a fucking hard ass. He's crazy in there.
Yeah, he loves it. He's locked in, and I respect him for it personally.
No, that's his domain. Like he runs that place.
Yeah, you better respect this fucking place when I am here. That's how he rolls.
Someone wants to ask how you lock in for your first year of university. I never found out how to do that. Like if we're
the biggest thing to lock in, if you're talking about like non-books, because this isn't a books podcast. The only way you can lock in is by talking to everyone and being social. Like, because the first year is when you try to find like new friends. Obviously, you're not there with your high school buddies. Like, you try to find your housemates that you make memories with forever. Honestly, like that's how Curtis and Alto met.
Yeah, but that's like the opposite of what I think this question's asking.
Oh, then I got nothing for you, pal. I
Yeah,
went to junior college.
Yeah, we were some of the worst students.
Yeah, I got nothing
in,
for you there,
in
personally.
the country.
Yeah,
But make friends.
make friends.
Go out. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are we for the off season and why?
10.
10.
Because then we could talk ourselves into 2025 being.
Yeah, we can. That's exactly what we can.
Well, you know what? Credit where credit's due. Once November 2024 hits, I'm going to say, man, this team might have a shot. This team might have a shot.
And no one can tell you shit till April.
Yeah, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? No? I'm going to say, well, 2025 might be different. They're going in with no expectations, quite literally. So, yeah, we're on to 2025. I cannot wait for the offseason of this season. So to watch.
Someone wants to know, should we shut down some pitchers? Probably.
Black pop?
Yeah. Okay. Best move in rock, paper, scissors.
Paper. I think it has the most outcomes of winning.
No,
that doesn't make sense. No, I actually don't know.
What's your go-to?
I am a scissors guy.
I'm lazy. I'm just rock. Just keep it.
I'm a scissors guy. But I always go with the same one back to back. Like I'll go scissors if we tie. Because the guy's like, no way he goes back to back scissors. Yes, I do. And that's like that's where I'm at with that.
Okay, and the last one. How did we come up with the intro to our podcast? He loves it.
Shout out Mike.
Yeah, we didn't come up with it at all.
We did not do that at all. That
was Mike. Limited Hangout. That's his band.
Yes. Listen to Limited Hangout.
We did add the soundbite to it.
Of Dr. Internet, yes.
Of Dr. Internet. He's the one who does the yep every time. That is Doc.
Rest in peace.
There's also, you can tell at the start of every episode, a clear volume change that I had to make myself. And Mike has sent me one like 8 months ago, maybe. That's better, and I just haven't put it on yet.
That's fine. That's a 20. We're on to that. That's an on to 2025 thing again.
Exactly. Yes. Change the level change at the start of the podcast.
Yes.
But I have Mike's band, Limited Hangout. The links are in the description of every YouTube video.
Yep. Shout out Limited Hangout. I also wonder this. Maybe people can let us know, and I don't know if we have new listeners, but I would love to hear the viewpoint of a first-time Gate 14 listener. Like just someone that goes in raw dog, you know? Yes. I'd love to hear what their thought is. Probably I'm an idiot, but yeah, like I'm sure the thought process would be awesome just to kind of just see where people are at.
Yep. I'd love to know that as well.
What's the other questions here?
Nothing. That was the last one. What a punt.
That's it. All right.
Oh, you donkey.
That's it. All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Love you guys, man. Enjoy your week. Listen, it's Mets series. Let's try to get the Mets to October. Let's try to. That's our goal for this week is to get the Mets to October.
The best team in New York.
Yeah, best team in New York to October because I want to see a Mets World Series kind of before we see a Yankees one coming up here. That would kind of rock. Kind of have that over them. But yeah, thank you guys for the support, man. Obviously, 3 weeks of this shit left, and then we get to talk ourselves into 2025 being good. Yep. Legacy weekend for Spencer Horwitz. Shout out our guy for that. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And let's have ourselves a week. Love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever.
Yeah.